Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
For when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day, oh.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Monday, September the 25th, 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, controversial apostle Cheryl Bartley says she's on a mission to win souls. Mental health workers engage in protest action after accusing governments past and present of a lack of investment. Moya resident nursing gunshot wound following altercation, and 4 men, including 1 French national, arrested in connection with EC $41.6 million drug bust. They plead not guilty. In regional news, burn pattern indicates that tragic dorm fire in Guyana was maliciously set. And on the international front, U.S. to evaluate Niger's ties after France kicked out. In sports, Grenada takes top spot in Group C of League C of the road to Women's Gold Cup. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Questions abound about the story behind life-changing ministry headed by Apostle Cheryl Reed Bartley and the Grenada Boys Secondary School. The learning institution closed its auditorium doors on Sunday, the final day of a 4-day crusade held by the ministry. More in this report.
Various social media platforms have been buzzing about the arrival of Apostle Cheryl Bartley in Grenada, who was supposed to conduct a 4-day crusade at the Grenada Boys Secondary School auditorium. Many openly expressed their discomfort with her ministry and spiritual practice, accusing her of being a false prophet and a mockery of God, as she was seen supposedly casting out what is alleged to be demons and witches from Grenada. GBN spoke to the apostle on Monday during her baptism session at Grandlands Beach. She admitted that while she did not obtain a theology degree from any learning institution, she was appointed by God to do spiritual work and win souls.
Life-changing ministry was starting the pandemic, so it's a ministry that God has birthed himself, where you won't see anything around the world like it, because angels. I work with angels, numerous angels. As you can see, you come. I wasn't touching people or anything. It's angel. So I will tell the angel to do stuff and they'll do it. I'm not under anybody. I've been taken to heaven where he has anointed me and appointed me for this. So people is wondering how I work in this field. I have been appointed by God.
Apostle Cheryl Bertley and her followers was barred from entering the school auditorium on what was to be the final day of the crusade. She presented the electronic copy of a contract signed between the school's administration and the life-changing ministry for a 4-day crusade at the school at an agreed cost of $1,600. In April of this year, the apostle held a similar crusade at the same location.
I said, what wrong? No fighting, nothing at all, no breach of any contract. That puzzling me. I've never seen anything like this. No fight. We do our meetings everywhere nice, clean. We tidy up the place. I was even praying for the children in that school because they're under demonic attack. But they know why.
Coordinator of Life Changing Ministry, Oswald Gilbert, says he received a letter from the school outlining why they were refused access.
It continued by saying, regrettably, it has come to our attention that the GBSS administration did not follow the rightful protocol for the use of the premises, which mandates approval from the Ministry of Education. The crusade has generated much concerns from different stakeholders, and as a result, the Ministry of Education has directed the GBSS administration to conclude the activity, and we appreciate your cooperation in adhering to the ministry's directives.
GBN reached out to Reverend Silbert Prescott, Superintendent Minister of the Methodist Church, to get his view on life-changing ministry and Apostle Cheryl Bertley. He had this to say.
In 1 Corinthians 3, I think he also says the work of each builder will become visible for the day. For the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test what sort of work that each one has done. So I think that God, in God's own way and in God's own time, has a way of revealing things to us that we may not understand. I really refrain from making a judgment as to, or making a comment of judgment, let me put that way, but rather to just let things be at this time and to see what God is doing and to listen for God's guidance in these kind of matters.
GBN visited the Grenada Boys Secondary School to get a comment from acting Principal Christopher Belfon, who said he was unable to speak to the media. The newsroom also reached out to the Ministry of Education and was advised that a statement was not issued on the matter, and if one will be, it will be done through the proper channel. For GBN News, I am Rena P. Thomas reporting.
Mental health workers engaged in mild industrial action as union leaders call for those in authority to address outstanding issues. Rena Pierre Thomas discussed the issue with President of the Grenada Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes.
Grenada's community health workers have decided to take a stance against what they claim to be years of being ignored by the former and current administration on the many issues they face. They have initiated industrial action, hoping to have their issues addressed. According to the Public Workers Union president, these issues include improper compensation, as they are not paid a traveling allowance despite doing over 700 miles of travel per month in their respective areas, lack of tools to fulfill their job requirements, unpaid claims, and understaffing.
They are not traveling officers. That is a major issue, the fact that they are not traveling officers. They give them a little allowance, right, for that. The fact that there is no traveling allowance, but it's about $350, right? Traveling generally as a designated traveling officer within the public service is $600. Apart from that, they don't have any tools, right? They don't even give them phones so that they can conduct their work. They have to use their own phones, their own credit, and so forth. There is issues in terms of pairing off genders, because you understand that if you have to deal with a client who is female, you don't want a male dealing with that client, right?
Grimes said that while the union has met with the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Mental Health and Wellness, Naomi Jeremiah, on the matter, the issue has not changed.
What the union is seriously concerned about is the fact that 2023 has been deemed the year of mental health and wellness, right, in Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Martinique. But what we are just seeing is lip service in regards to that. We have written over and over again, right? We have tried to get meetings. We have secured a meeting with the PS, but basically it seems as though her hands are tied. The union is extremely disappointed because for the period, let's say over a year, we have not even gotten the opportunity to sit with the Minister of Health.
The president said that the 10 community mental health workers are now engaged in mild industrial action that will escalate if things do not change.
We wrote to the PS again on the 11th of September, copied the Minister of Health and said, listen, if we don't get some of the issues fixed, those low-hanging fruits that I spoke to on the 25th of September, there will be some form of action. We were not even dignified with a response. So going forward, as it stands now, the workers are wearing red armbands and union jerseys and so forth. The industrial action will be escalated if we continue to get the same treatment that has been meted out over the past few months and in fact the past few years.
Grimes is calling on the Ministry of Health to do the right thing and address the workers' cry. The Ministry of Health and Wellness will conduct a press conference on Wednesday to discuss regularization of public officers. GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is presently investigating the country's latest shooting incident, which left a male individual hospitalized due to gunshot wounds. Police confirmed the incident occurred during the early hours of Sunday, the 24th of September, 2023, at Moya St. Andrew. According to reports, the shooting took place following a bingo held in the area. One man is presently in police custody assisting with investigations. GBN will continue to follow this developing story and bring you details as they become available. Grenada is considered one of the few countries that can be considered relatively safe. The Royal Grenada Police Force is credited for maintaining law and order as well as achieving success in recent cases of gun-related crimes. Nisha Peters has this report.
Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Deacon Mitchell, is commending members of the RGPF for their significant work in solving crimes. His commendation takes on particular significance as it comes against the backdrop of the recent surge in violent crimes across the country.
I want to take the opportunity to thank the Royal Grenada Police Force for the significant work that it has been doing in difficult circumstances to address solving or at least making arrests in many of the, in all, frankly, of the situations where we've done so, where persons have lost their lives. The loss of one life is a loss to many, particularly if it's someone else who's taking your life.
The Prime Minister is particularly concerned about the alarming increase in gun-related homicides on the island.
For those of us who are aware of persons who have firearms, especially legal firearms, please encourage them to turn the firearms in. The homicides themselves demonstrate that the probability of your life ending via the same firearm increases significantly if you yourself are in possession of unlawful firearms. Because the question is, why do you need it? And what use do you intend to make of it? So I want to use this as an opportunity really to plead to persons who are involved either in trading, buying, selling, exchanging, importing, or in possession of unlawful firearms. So please hand the firearms to the police.
During a recent press conference, Prime Minister Mitchell appealed to persons with a social media influence to use their platforms wisely.
The death is regrettable. And it is important for us, I think, as persons who either have a following, whether it's a social media or a following in real life, to make sure that we use our platforms responsibly and that before we speak, we actually try and give the facts an opportunity to be unearthed rather than just simply making opinions that even from the top of it will clearly not have any basis for the opinions that are formed.
The National Security Minister said the government intends to make amendments to the Firearm Act in a bid to tackle the problem of illegal firearms more effectively and to curb gun-related violence in the country. He acknowledged the need to prioritize the well-being of Grenadians and to create an environment where people feel safer. Nisha Peters, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell called on world leaders at the UN General Assembly to take urgent action to tackle climate change issues. Stay with us.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Grenada, get ready. A new season of the Grenleg Debates is coming. Informative, impromptu, bright young minds sparking powerful ideas. The Grenleg Debates, September 2023. Tune in.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
Everyone wants money, don't you? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $198,000. Play today for chances at improving your life. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
Build Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 2. The drama continues on Saturday, September 30, 7 p.m. at Gateway Conference Center, Point Saline. In Turning Point 1, Stacy crashed the wedding and Merlin fainted.
Commotion in the place.
So will Stacy succeed in breaking up the relationship between Merlin and Danny? To find out, be there for Turning Point 2, Saturday, September 30, 7 p.m. Gateway Conference Center, Point Saline. Get your ticket now at Kittens Pharmacy outlets or at your local church. Tickets cost $50, $60 at the door. It's Turning Point 2. Don't miss this thrilling drama, written and directed by Angela James.
That's it, missing me.
Grenada! On Sunday, October 1st from 5 p.m. Everyone's gonna be heading to the National Stadium for the massive Mega Force promotion. October Mega Cash Bingo.
How much cash we really talking about?
We're talking $100,000. $100,000 in cash to be won. Get your tickets now. $60 for one or $100 for two.
This is gonna be another epic bingo event.
Organize your posse now because no one should miss Mega Force October Mega Cash Bingo.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell addressed the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, making a clarion call for more youth involvement in matters of climate change.
The 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly was guided by the theme, Rebuilding Trust and Reigniting Global Solidarity, Accelerating Action on the 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals towards peace, prosperity, progress, and sustainability for all. Against this backdrop, Grenada's Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, while addressing the 193 member states of the United Nations, reiterated the urgent need to redouble efforts to address financing to address impact of climate change.
Governmental panel on climate change confirmed that global emissions are at their highest levels in human history and only continues to rise. Such increases, Mr. President, will only continue to wreak havoc on communities, economies, businesses, and create a severe strain on public finances. Mr. President, the states that contribute least to the climate crisis are the ones bearing the heaviest burden. And without immediate and deep emissions cuts across the board, I'm afraid that we are on a trajectory for far worse outcomes if we don't take significant action today.
Grenada, the Prime Minister indicated, has implemented several policy frameworks such as the National Climate Change Policy and the National Adaptation Plan, which are geared towards assisting in advancing the country's strategic approach to climate adaptation and building resilience. The Grenadian leader called on all young people to take action, issuing a reminder to them that our youth are the ones to lead the charge for the future they want to see.
Today, Mr. President, I make the further clarion call for all member states, through their leaders and high-level representatives, to take decisive action and do what is necessary to safeguard our planet for future generations. But the time for such action is now, Mr. President. Now is the time for global country leaders to follow through on those commitments made at the multilateral level. Our goal as responsible citizens should be to leave this planet in as good a condition, if not much better, than we actually found it.
In an effort to further raise awareness on the issue of climate change locally, GBN's Godfrey Augustine reintroduces the program Our Climate Reality. The one-hour program begins at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television, K105 FM, and GBN's Facebook page, placing special emphasis on adaptation and mitigation. The program will outline some of the do's and don'ts as it relates to climate change. Christelina John, GBN News.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell used the opportunity of his address to the United Nations General Assembly to renew a call on behalf of the government and people of Grenada for the removal of the U.S.-imposed economic, commercial, and financial blockade against Cuba. We get more in this report.
In February of 1962, President John F. Kennedy proclaimed an embargo on trade between the United States and Cuba in response to certain actions taken by the Cuban government, and directed the Departments of Commerce and Treasury to implement the embargo. More than 60 years later, the blockade remains in place. Prime Minister Mitchell reiterated the call for the Caribbean to remain a zone of peace, and therefore he wants to see the blockade removed.
In light of the just concluded successful G77 and China summit in Havana, Cuba, Grenada reiterates its call for the removal of the U.S.-imposed economic, commercial, and financial blockade against Cuba, and a further call for Cuba to be removed from the U.S. State Department's list of countries that are co-sponsors of terrorism, and that it be allowed to rejoin and be renamed among the peaceful, loving nations of the international community.
The PM added that Grenada remains deeply concerned about the deteriorating situation in the rule of law in Haiti and the escalation of violence there.
Urgent support of the international community needs to be ramped up, in particular in the humanitarian and security areas where the needs are greatest. The need for robust security assistance to counter the rampaging armed gangs is clear. Yet the decision to enable this is meandering slowly through the Security Council. CARICOM welcomes the government of Kenya's willingness to lead such a multinational force and the offers of support from Rwanda, the Bahamas, and Jamaica to contribute personnel.
With respect to the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Prime Minister Mitchell reiterated the call for an end to the imposition of unilateral forced measures against that country, contrary to the rules and principles of the international law and the Charter of the United Nations. Christelina John, GBN News.
As government continues to host pre-budget consultations, the nation's youth got their chance to engage senior officials from the Division of Youth and the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. So far, consultations have been held across several sectors, allowing stakeholders the opportunity to voice concerns and give suggestions that will benefit their particular interest group and the country as a whole.
From advocacy for people with special needs to youth unemployment, young people were not shy in giving voice to their concerns and suggestions for the 2024 budget.
We don't have enough schools for skills here. NULO alone cannot do it. NULO is just a small place, and look at where NULO is. NULO is all the way in St. John.
Why isn't there more art subjects in schools for students that want to pursue a career in arts other than theater arts and visual arts?
Besides taking to the streets, you're not really seeing anyone doing any sort of dancing or other performing arts.
Some investment on rehabilitating our drug-addicted young people. In the area that I live in, I notice a trend. We have a lot of young men who have dropped out of school. Some of them haven't even made 15 years yet.
How does the budget plan involve youth with disability, not just a disability, but a physical disability?
Stay in school. So you don't have to have a mic to be asking for anything inside here or anyway. Go to school and get a piece of paper in your hand.
Feedback was welcomed by Minister of State with responsibility for youth, sports and culture, the Honorable Ron Redhead. He told the pre-budget consultation session that among priority areas for 2024 would be restructuring the new Imani program. The minister, speaking via Teams platforms, told the young people present that over the past year, the division has been reviewing its programs and projects, seeking ways in which they can be further enhanced.
Going to hear much that the Imani program is still well in place, and what we have been doing was to transition the young people currently on the program into permanent employment, whether through public or private sector, complete that transition and not be in a position to take more at the time to continue the program in its indefinite training cycle.
Another program under the microscope is the Empower program. This program, designed by the previous administration to target young men, has its merits, but can be restructured to be more effective.
That from a human resource standpoint, we have been able to look at new models of the structure of the department so that we can be able to get young people and other workers throughout the department with specialized skills that can be able to lead out, implement these programs, and certainly fulfill the mandate.
The youth minister also informed the forum that government recently made a shift in its policy regarding the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, the CVQs.
Once you reach the highest level, it was once regarded, if you utilize it to apply to SGU, for example, as something that will not guarantee you to obtain a government scholarship. I'm happy to say that government has since shifted the policy. The Ministry of Education has now developed a scheme to rank the CVQ equivalent to a GPA so that it can then qualify people with CVQ qualifications for various government scholarships.
2 policy initiatives to be implemented, the minister added, will be the National Youth Policy and the reintroduction of the National Youth and Student Council. Budget consultations continue this evening at St. Andrew Methodist School, on Tuesday at St. John's Anglican School, and on Wednesday at the St. Paul's Government School, each starting at 6 p.m. For GBN News, Janelle McDonald.
Let's take a look at some of the displays from Grenadians participating in International Day at a church in New York. It's time for your GBN I Saw.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It
was International Day at Tabernacle Alliance Church in Brooklyn, New York on Sunday. On this day every year, members of the congregation represent their country with foods and exhibits indigenous to them. The Grenadian members of the congregation had a display of their own. It featured photographs of the island, ice green and gold bags, as well as the national dish, Oil Town. We thank our ISO reporter for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
At Attention football fanatics, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Grenada versus Jamaica. One epic battle in the heart of the CONCACAF Nations League. Come witness this pulse-pounding matchup on Thursday, October 12th at the iconic Kirani James Athletic Stadium. From 7 p.m. sharp, secure your spot now. Main pavilion for $50. Secondary stand at a cool $30. And the vibrant bleachers for only $20. Tickets are flying fast. Secure yours now from St. Andrew's Pharmacy, Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, Heather's Boutique, Kelly's Hotspot in Guam, Shi's Bar in Victoria, Calico Shopping Center in Sates, Giddens Healthcare Pharmacy in Grenville, GFAtickets.com, and GoToFet.com. Why be late and miss the hype? Arrive early and feel the electric atmosphere build up. Grenada's pride is on the line as we battle to remain in the top league. Be there, be bold, and let's make history together. See you there. It's Grenada versus Jamaica, Thursday, October 12th from 7 p.m.
Is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
4 men who were arrested and charged in one of Grenada's largest drug busts in October 2019 have pleaded not guilty to indictable charges that were laid against them by police. The matter, which involves a French national and 3 men from the Sister Isle of Carriacou, was one of several that came up for arraignment before Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. Nisha Paul has the details.
Serkan Yildirim, a Frenchman, along with Carriacou residents Damien Francis, Nicolas Noel, and Kieron Noel, found themselves on the wrong side of the law after a police operation at Harveyvale on the Sister Isle of Carriacou netted 416 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of $41.6 million. The men are jointly charged with possession and trafficking of a controlled drug. However, Nicholas and Kieron Noel are facing an additional charge of possession of a firearm, which was seized by police during the operation. They entered not guilty pleas to all charges when the matter came up for arraignment before Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. Attorney Ali Gill is providing legal counsel for the French national, who has been on remand at the Richmond Hill prison since his apprehension almost 4 years ago, despite being granted $250,000 cash bail at the level of the magistrate's court. Justice Guilford took a decision to continue bail for Yildirim, as well as the other 3 co-accused men who have also posted $250,000 bail with 2 sureties and special conditions. Yildirim, who indicated that he will take up a residence in the Simoon St. Andrew area, has been placed on a nightly curfew and instructed to report to the Grenville Police Station on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. With 4 calendar years equivalent to 6 prison years, Attorney Gill requested a speedy trial for his client. Meanwhile, Attorney Derek Sylvester has been retained by Damian Francis, who is described as a fisherman by profession. Francis, who is originally from Harveyvale, Carriacou, was also placed on a nightly curfew, along with co-accused Kieron and Nicholas Noel, who were described as welders by profession from the same village. They have retained Attorney Anselm Clouden to represent them in the matter, which is scheduled for review on January 22nd, 2024. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
A Darbo St. George's man implicated in a non-capital murder charge in the country's first homicide for 2023 has entered a not guilty plea to the indictable defense. Emmanuel Williams was arrested and charged following the stabbing death of 35-year-old Curleen Peterkin of Mount Rush, St. George, earlier this year. The matter came up for arraignment before Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. Williams appeared calm as he was escorted to and from the courtroom, where he entered a plea of not guilty after the charge was read out to him. Attorney Jerry Edwin held papers for his attorney George Prime, who was unable to attend Monday's sitting. The deceased, a mother of 6, reportedly lost her life when she intervened during a late-night altercation between Williams and 2 other men close to her home. Williams also reportedly suffered injuries during the altercation. His matter has been scheduled for review on January 22nd. We'll be back with sports and our international news.
The Court Store Home Event is happening now. Get up to 30% off select furniture, appliances, and electronics. Save on bedroom, dining room, living room sets, 55-inch smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and pay later with Court-ready finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. Don't miss the Court's Home Event, bringing value home. Promotion runs 25th August to 23rd September 2023. Conditions apply.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Your new Grenleg bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new Grenleg bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format. It even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenleg's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenleg bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
For a limited time, the NLA has dropped all of the 2X balls from the Multi-X draw. This means that you, our valuable players, have greater chances of multiplying your winnings up to 5 times more in our 2X drop promotion.
Yay!
And that's not all. As an additional bonus, there will be fewer free play or FP balls to draw from too. Now you have more reasons to add Multi-X to your playway bets. So value your dreams, win your way, and multiply your winnings up to 5 times more in the NLA's 2X Dropped promotion. Promo runs until Friday, 20th October 2023. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
And good evening, sports fans. We start off with news of a victory. Grenada rallied from a first-half score of 1-1 to post a dramatic 4-1 victory over Bahamas in Group C of League C on the road to the Women's Gold Cup on Sunday afternoon at the Granny James Athletic Stadium. Nisha Peters will tell us more.
Grenada was eager to get off to a good start after a 6-1 triumph over Bahamas in the team's previous meeting in the Bahamas, and the senior women broke through first in the 11th minute through Nia Thompson, who opened the scoring for Grenada. Following up on her brace from Wednesday night's 6-1 win versus Bahamas, Thompson added another 3 goals to give her 5 goals through in the window. And Lady Thompson had this to say.
It's an honor, but besides all the work I put in, I have to thank my teammates as well as my coaches for believing me. In practice, the amount of hard work we've been putting in, nobody sees it, and I feel like we don't get our credit enough for it, so I just want to thank them first. But other than that, playing for Grenada is an honor, it's a dream, and I'm happy I'm able to provide my country the love and support and the motivation to continue playing football and progressing in the football industry.
The Bahamas hung tough though, and just minutes before halftime, they managed to level the match 1-1. Grenada wrestled back control at the start of the second half and pulled ahead 2-1 in the 47th minute thanks to Melina Fullerton. Fullerton is pleased with the team's performance thus far.
I love how the team has definitely improved. I like the grit and the willingness to want to play. We're definitely not going to look in the rear mirror and look in the past, just continue to move forward and take one game at a time. I think the first half was just a little bit more individual, I'd say myself. But we regrouped in the halftime, and then the second half we came out and played a lot better and played as a team, so it was great.
Jake Rennie, coach of the national senior women's team, said the team's victory is long overdue.
Well, I'm very excited on winning these 2 games. It's been a long time, long overdue that our female team start winning games, and we started with these 2 games. I think in the first half, the first 15 minutes, we was good. After the 15 minutes, I think we take the foot off the gear and allow Bahamas to get into the game. They was motivated after that. We couldn't find answer to them. But after the second half, we came in with a different mentality. And I think the first goal in the second half had set the tone for us.
He said more preparation is needed going into the next match.
After evaluating or assessing the first 2 games, we see that we have a lot to work on still. We see our mistake, we know what we have to do in order for the next 2 games. Also, gelling players, togetherness and stuff, we still have to work on that. So we have some work to do. Our preparation will have to be different than this one. The approach will be totally different.
Grenada next match will be in October against the U.S. Virgin Islands. Nisha Peters, GBN Sports.
Grenada has been ordered to pay a fine of US $2,000 for a minimum standard violation in the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League match. News of the fine was relayed to the governing body for football in Grenada in a letter from CONCACAF. The fine follows a report filed by CONCACAF match officials indicating that the condition of the field of play at the Granny James Athletic Stadium is unsuitable for CONCACAF League A matches. This, CONCACAF said, is a violation of Article 26.1.6 of the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League regulations. Grenada is scheduled to play Jamaica on August 12th at the Granny James Athletic Stadium. Gifton Noel, the association's technical director, is hopeful the field will be in a better condition by that time.
The pitch is mending, the pitch is getting better. I think it was from what I understand, there was a bit of confusion through reseeding the pitch and Carnival and a bundle of things. I think so. All of that was a bit of a confusion. That's why the pitch was so bad. It wasn't meant to be that way, because before Carnival, the pitch was in beautiful condition. So I know that the groundsman has been working very hard to make sure that the pitch is in the best condition for us. We had to stay off it. So the men's senior team, women's senior team hasn't been able to train on it. So we're hoping that it would have mended. I went over there the other day and it looks better than the last game. But I don't think it's at that beautiful standard yet. But hopefully by the time we come after next month, the Jamaica game, I think the pitch will be in good condition.
A 10-year wait has finally come to an end. Guyana's Amazon Warriors won the 2023 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League final with a 9-wicket win over the Trinbago Knight Riders, ensuring a maiden CPL title for the franchise. It was the Amazon Warriors' 6th trip to the final, and this time they held up their nerve to come out on top, dismissing TKR for 94 off 18.1 overs before reaching 99 for 1 with 6 overs to spare to seal a comprehensive victory. Amazon Warriors skipper Imran Tahir was moved to tears. That's how much winning the CPL T20 title meant to the South African leg spinner. With Imran Tahir establishing his credentials as an inspiring leader at 44 years old, he became the oldest ever captain to win a men's T20 final.
This year I think we were more hungry than ever before. That's the thing. I think if you wanted something really badly, it will happen for you, even though we lost our first qualifier. But everyone's saying about the toss, and we did it in both situations. We batted first and we bowled second, and we bowled second and bat first. So and we won games. So look, the team belief was there. Like I said, result never guaranteed. But look, to be honest with you, the way we came back in the competition, and I said one thing before we came here, we've been the best team in the competition. No one can stop us if we play the brand of cricket we've been playing.
Tahir was thankful for the continuous support from the fans.
Look, if I had told you that this is one of the greatest achievements I have, then obviously this is very, very special moment for me. And playing in CPL for the last 6 years, I want to thanks to CPL and the way they organize this league. It's been beautiful. It's been unbelievable. Very good competition. I want to also congrats all the players who did well. Youngsters, this is the platform where you see the youngsters coming through. So yeah, look, it's an absolute great league and very, very tough. Every year is getting tougher and tougher. But yeah, I really don't know what to say about it. But I wanna thank every single body who supported us.
We see congratulations to all the winning teams. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the globe today. During the Commission of Inquiry proceedings into the Mahdia dorm fire, a fire inspector who investigated the fire's origin provided testimony on Friday. According to his report, the burn patterns discovered at the scene strongly suggested that the fire was intentionally set. Renata Burnett has the full report on his testimony.
On arrival, the firefighters were mopping up, which is where they would try extinguish the small pockets of fire that was remaining, any smoke, and and they were also packing away equipment.
That was Javid Mohammed, station officer and second in command of the Fire Prevention Department, Homestretch Avenue, who took to the stand on Friday, recounting what he saw upon arrival at what was essentially rubble left from the burning of the dorm. The firefighter, with 9 years of experience under his belt, said he was awoken from his sleep by a phone call from the Deputy Chief Fire Officer, Dwayne Scotland, informing him of the fire. Like other officials, he made his way to the Eugene F. Correa International Airport with a forensic kit and a camera in hand, where an aircraft transported them to Maria. Mohammed said by the time they got to the scene, the fire had already been extinguished and the building completely destroyed. He, along with the other officers, conducted an investigation where it was revealed from where the fire had originated.
Firstly, the security guards who were there, they said the fire began in the northeastern side of the building, which is in proximity of the washroom area.
Sorry, continue.
And also it was confirmed by the other students who were in the building, as well as the dorm's father and mother as well.
Further, based on his assessment of the building, Mohammed said he identified burn patterns on the northeastern side of the building. He testified that there was no chance the fire could have been electrical in origin, as there were no electrical outlets found during investigations. He said he conducted interviews with the students, one of whom relayed to him that just before the fire, there was an incident in the dorm where the house mother was summoned because a student was in possession of a cell phone. He explained to the commission why he concluded in his report that the fire was maliciously set.
With the presence of the V pattern, I indicated where the fire started. And because there was no presence of an external heat source, it would require human intervention.
Antiguan Prime Minister Gaston Brown has criticized the United States for its policies toward Cuba and Venezuela. He chided Washington for its economic sanctions on Venezuela, including blocking the government in Caracas from accessing the U.S. financial system. Prime Minister Brown said these sanctions also hurt Caribbean countries, which benefited from the Petro-Caribe agreement started under the late Hugo Chavez, the predecessor of current Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. In relation to Cuba, Prime Minister Brown said Washington's inclusion of the Caribbean country on the list of state sponsors of terrorism is unjustified.
It is high time for the U.S. to remove Cuba from its list of state sponsors of terrorism. You know it's not true. And to bring an end to the outdated embargo that harms the human populace. Your policy against Cuba is cruel and wicked and ought to be addressed with urgency.
Washington will evaluate its future steps on the Niger crisis after France announced the withdrawal of its ambassador and troops from the coup-hit nation. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin made the announcement on Monday.
The United States said Monday it would weigh its security partnership with Niger following an announcement by Paris that it was withdrawing its forces. Speaking in Nairobi on Monday, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Washington was still committed to the return of civilian rule in Niger.
We really want to see a diplomatic solution evolve. We want to see a peaceful end to the crisis, and most important, we want to see preservation of Niger's diplomatically elected government. And so while we give diplomacy a chance, we'll also continue to evaluate any future steps that would prioritize both our democratic and our security goals. And these goals are intertwined.
Niger's army junta ended a military cooperation agreement with former colonial ruler France and kicked out its forces and envoy. After initially sounding defiant, French President Emmanuel Macron relented on Sunday, announcing the withdrawal of forces and the ambassador before the end of the year.
And that's what's been happening around our globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Controversial apostle Cheryl Bartley says she's on a mission to win souls. Mental health workers engage in protest action after accusing government, past and present, of a lack of investment. Moya resident nursing gunshot wound following an altercation, and 4 men, including 1 French national, arrested in connection with EC $41.6 million in drug bust, pleaded not guilty. In regional news, burn pattern indicates that tragic dorm fire in Guyana was maliciously set. And in international news, U.S. to evaluate Niger ties after France is kicked out. In sports, Grenada takes top spot in Group C of League C of the road to Women's Gold Cup. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.